and pieces of paper. I think I said hello to everybody. Yes, I did. Okay, I'm going to read in some stage directions as minimally as possible. I'll also be reading a couple of characters, so please bear with me. And here we go. Kay Thompson, 3 a.m. in the Persian room. So at the beginning of the piece, there's going to be a cinema newsreel, which if any of you know, back in the days, that's where you used to get your news from. When you went to the cinema, you would watch a newsreel that had the kind of current events. So, a cinema newsreel.
Good evening, Mr. and Mrs. America. From border to border and coast to coast and all the ships at sea. This is Walter Winchell with Talk of the Town. Let's go to press. On the political stage, President John F. Kennedy has assured our country's involvement in a burgeoning political conflict in the tiny country of Vietnam, sending helicopters carrying 500 of our brave American military to crush a communist uprising. My money is on our boys bringing a quick quash and quell to the skirmish. Speaking of conflict, Kay Thompson's nightclub Bazzazz is back on the boards at the Plaza Hotel. Her 3 a.m. show will undoubtedly mean that Eloise, her unruly doppelganger, will not be in attendance. And neither, it seems, will Kay's longtime protege, Andy Williams. America's singing heartthrob tied the proverbial knot yesterday, marrying lovely young singer Claudine Longet in Los Angeles. It only goes to prove that even a dedicated bachelor like Andy, who has spent years dodging the matrimonial bullet, can be felled by a pretty face and a charming voice. He has broken the hearts of millions of young women, and, if rumors prove correct, he's caused even one or two of the older set to weep into their lace handkerchiefs. However you look at it, you have to admit that Mr. and Mrs. Williams have plenty of pizzazz.
A split stage between the Persian Room nightclub in the Plaza Hotel and Kay's dressing room. Joe is at the piano.
If you got that certain something, that's pizzazz. That extra kind of special something, that's pizzazz. If you got enough of that wonderful stuff, let it sparkle and fizzle fast. Let it shimmer and glow, and everybody will know that, honey, you got pizzazz. If you got that smile that kills them, that's pizzazz. That extra special thing that thrills them, pizzazz, honey, is what you have. You don't need beauty, you don't need brains, and all the rest of that jazz. Hang on to what you got, 'cause what you got is pizzazz.
Kay Thompson enters her dressing room, preparing for her performance as Joe continues to play.
I got the blues so bad, worse than I ever had. I feel so bad I wanna die, 'cause I don't see no need for carrying on or walking around. A flower can't grow without any ground. Only the weary weeps. Only the sleepy sleeps. I can't go on. Everything I had is gone, and I got the blues for keeps. If I fell and broke my heart, would you even know you played a part? This schoolyard game you casually play breaks more hearts than you're willing to say. I could resist, I should really try, pretend that I'm stronger, but that's just a lie. That guy holds your hand, so why do you stare? Am I a trophy on your mantle to share? But if I stumble, would you take my hand? What if I crumble? Would you help me stand? So before we play this game, darling, before we start, tell me, what if I fell and broke my heart?
Ring, ring.
Hello? Hello? Oh, finally! Yes, I hear you perfectly. I left a message at your hotel, but with the time difference, I wasn't sure you'd get it. Oh, I see. She's already called you. Well, bad news and men, they travel so well together, particularly when he's on a train to Niagara with his new bride. Nonsense, I won't hear of it. You stay right where you are. You are going to be brilliant in this film. I just needed to hear your voice. Oh, the show. Well, let's just call it a show of duress. Meaning that the hotel is not letting me walk out of here until all of my bills are paid. This evening, yours truly will quite literally be singing for her supper and her scotch. Not to mention her manicures, her pedicures, her colorist, and all of those marvelous massages with Mario. Oh, don't you worry about me, baby gum. This evening will be a night to remember. I do wish that you could join me tonight, though. We could sing our song, If I Fell and Broke My Heart. Of course I remember. We were brilliant together. Oh, I look forward to that. All right, enough. I have a show to do, and you have the European press to conquer. Now go, be brilliant. So I fell and broke my heart, and you had to know you played a part. That schoolgirl game you casually played made me fall for your brilliant charade. I was a fool to ever believe in happy endings, and you'd never leave. Now I'm alone, I finally see I don't need you to show me who I can be. So if I stumble, I won't take your hand, and if I crumble, you can't help me stand. So before I let you go, darling, 'cause as we part, I know now if I fell, what if I fall? I'll take my heart.
If I fell and broke my heart, would you even know you played a part? That schoolyard game you casually play breaks more hearts than you're willing to say.
Ring, ring. Ring, ring.
Hello, Mr. Salamone. Yes, of course I am here. Wild horses could not prevent me from performing tonight. The show will start when I am goddamn good and ready. So tell the guests to cross their legs and order another hors d'oeuvre. Yes, Mr. Salamone. Of course, Mr. Salamone. Goodbye, Mr. Salamone.
Tell me, what if I fell and broke my heart?
I was a fool to ever believe in happy endings, and you'd never leave. Now I'm alone. Maxie, oh, thank God you're still there. I need to see you. No, now. No, I can't come to you. Oh, It's a long story. Meet me here at the hotel in the second floor cloakroom. Yes, that one. 10 minutes. Well, then get going.
Dressing group disappeared, and we're in the Persian room.
Hello, 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 and how'd you do? How've you been, and hoop-de-doo? With a big fat western howdy, howdy, top of the evening to you. Come on, tally-hoo, salutations and greetings to you. Bonjour, bonsoir, cheerio and good evening. Now say hello to the girl of our dreams, the fabulous, fabulous girl of our dreams. She's glamorous, amorous, chic and soignée. I give you the one and only K. Thompson, K. Thompson, K. Thompson, K. Thompson.
Hello, 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 and thanks so much. Your greeting is enough to touch my heart. Oh, it's great to be here, friendly faces to see here. Well, darlings, were you beginning to think I was never going to arrive? Yes, well, have you ever noticed that the people who are late are often so much jollier than the people who have to wait for them? Which is exactly as I and all of you should be. Besides, it wasn't her, it was me, Eloise. I made her do it, and I'm here now, so somebody get me a drink. No? Well, Joe, perhaps you'll let me borrow yours, yes?
Anytime.
Well, now that is settled, let's get on with the show. Tonight is... I am being rude. You haven't all met.
No, we
We
haven't.
have not.
No.
Then there's something that I now must do, and that's introduce the band to you. A girl is never fully dressed without them. Fingers, Goldberg, Kevin, Weezer, All Thumbs, Money, Mikey, Bongos. And of course, say hello to Joe, an ordinary schmo. He really makes me go when he plays the piano. Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. From all of us to all of you.
Welcome, welcome. Can you believe they all showed up?
I know, look at them all.
Yes. Well, of course you did. I told you to. Kay Thompson demands your presence at the Plaza Hotel, specifically the Persian Room, this Sunday, December 17th, 1961 at 3 a.m. Regrets will not be accepted. 3 a.m. Sunday morning, what a perfect hour for a little party. Not quite the hour the hotel was expecting, but they are not known for their bold imaginations. At least not until 7 years ago when they offered me a home here up on the 9th floor. And since then, my nightclub act has made the Persian Room the most famous nightclub in New York City. Isn't that right, Mr. Salamoni? I see you standing back there, looking like a marvelous cherub. But I am not the only one responsible for the hotel's boom of notoriety. It's me, Eloise. She may have written me, but I made her famous. And I'm the one with my portrait hanging in the hotel lobby. Mr. Salamoni says I practically own this hotel. And if I want to have a party at 3 a.m., then I goddamn well will have one. This evening is a sort of impromptu retrospective, you might say. My life, my music, and me, Eloise. Well, we'll get back to you later. I feel that I have reached an age which shall not be divulged, where I have earned a bit of a retrospective. The MoMA is doing one right now for Matisse, but he is dead, and I'm sure as hell not waiting until then to get my due. Yes, the Persian Room, where the elite meet, the And tonight we are positively dripping with you. I don't recall inviting you. Never mind. Welcome. 3 a.m. Persian room. The crowds have gone home and we're closed for the night. The quiet hush. I
Sweeping up the Persian room. At 3 a.m. the bus boys break the dishes and the glasses with a minimum of noise.
I say here, and how have you been? Playing volleyball with the soup tureen.
3 a.m. we begin with the tablecloths and napkins and the laundry bin. Zoom across the Persian room. The ringside tables go off of the floor, and the chairs go up, 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 and the carpet goes down, down. I tiptoeing through the Persian room. 3 a.m. in the Persian room. The vacuum cleaners playing a happy tune, and the waiters all sing like big buffoons. 3 a.m. in the Persian room.
There goes Joe, there goes Joe.
In the Persian room at 3:30, getting la-di-da-di with a maitre d'. And every person knows so well we're having a 3 o'clock ball at the Plaza Hotel in the Persian room. Where?
Of New York.
Plaza Hotel in the Persian room of the Plaza Hotel. Plaza Hotel.
Well, darlings, what do you think of my outfit?
Ooh, very nice.
Thank you. I designed it. Why would I slow myself down with a skirt? Back in 1949, a couple of designers invented capri pants. Well, let me tell you, I had already designed the three-quarter pants, and I'd been wearing them in my nightclub act since 1947. I have always been 20 years ahead of myself and everyone else. And in St. Louis, I was 50 years ahead. The family portrait says it all. Me wedged between my sisters on the settee, them outshining me on either side with their beauty, our father looming behind us, determined to dictate and dominate. Well, even as a child, I would not be told. I knew I was the classic ugly duckling. I also knew I was going to be a star, regardless of how many times my sisters reminded me that with my looks, it was not promising. I could not wait to get out from under the crush of their disregard and away from my father's pawn shop. By the time I'm 18, I'm on a train. Goodbye, Kitty Fink. New hair, new nose. Hello, Kay Thompson. So I'm stepping on board. I got my ticket in hand. I'm leaving behind all that great expectation steam, training ahead to that new destination. Hooray! I'm getting away.
We transitioned to a cramped radio station in the early 1930s in New York City. Kay rushes in.
Kay, you're late
I-
again. We're
I-
on air in 30 seconds.
I am never late. Here. I wrote this on the flight out.
She wrote, I slept.
Here's the lead-in scene.
You write this on the flight too?
I write fast.
10 seconds to air.
Okay, no time to rehearse.
And we're live in 3, 2.
Let's just do it. It wasn't just that I had 2 shows on opposite coasts with my name on them, or that I was calling all the shots, though I did love that. It was that I was a part of inventing something new. Every show was something different. We were making it all up as we went along. It was alive and dangerous, like I was walking out onto the wing of one of those planes that I was back and forth on each week, with no safety net below me. I loved it.
Live from the radio station WKNY, it's the Kay Thompson Show. Hello, 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 and how do you do? How you been and
friends. I can't tell you how much I love visiting with all of you. From Little Neck Bay to Far Rockaway, you welcome me home each and every Friday. And in return, I like to bring you the absorbing adventures of heroines from all 5 boroughs of this great city. This week, we will return to the tale of Myrtle, that plucky girl from Sheepshead Bay. When we left Myrtle last week, she had just informed her family of her plans to trade home and hearth on the shores of Brooklyn for the lights and fame of old Broadway. Her family was not impressed.
With your looks?
And that, boys,
Staying in Brooklyn's your only choice. My children all have many talents, but in this case, dear, they may be right.
Undeterred, Myrtle sets out for the Great White Way. The Brooklyn-Manhattan subway got her there, but not quite in the way she had anticipated.
Come on, get those tables bussed. I got 10 people hungry and waiting.
Hey, Lou, cut us some slack and give me a blonde with sand and an Adam and Eve on a raft with a side of hash.
Coming up.
Come on, buddy. Hope you got a strong stomach.
Hey there, you with the stars in your eyes. Anyone ever told you you're too good looking to be working the lunch counter?
Only 12 times today, and the answer to the question you're really asking is no.
Aw, come on, I'm a good guy.
That's what the other 12 guys said, and boy, is it getting tired.
Okay, you win, champ. Give me the check. I got a long subway ride home.
Wait. Let me guess. You're a boy from Perth Amboy.
Jersey? Forget it. That ain't me.
Staten Isle?
That ain't my style.
Park Slope?
Don't be a dope.
Yonkers?
Bonkers.
Okay, so tell me, and we'll call it a day.
What do you think? It's Sheepshead Bay.
Where'd you say you're going?
Sheepshead Bay.
Sheepshead Bay. Take me out to Sheepshead Bay.
Sheepshead Bay.
I love to travel off to Sheepshead Bay. And in the ocean waves are singing to me, whispering low. Take a ride in any canoe and paddle away in billows.
Sheepshead Bay.
Where you can flex your muscles out on the sand. Where you can drink your beer and throw out your can. Everything's free at Sheepshead Bay. And a strong heart.
Sheepshead Bay.
And a hero.
Sheepshead Bay.
And on its sunburn.
Sheepshead Bay.
And I really mean it. Let's go out to Sheepshead. Get out to Sheepshead Bay.
Get out
to Sheepshead Bay.
Go!
Get out to Sheepshead Bay. Friends, July in Manhattan is sweltering. When riding on the subway after a long day, remember to be congenial. Congenial Soap, the bar that will keep you fresh all day. Your fellow commuters will thank you.
Congenial Soap. Congenial Soap. Don't let sweat get the better of you. This bar of soap knows just what to do. Congenial Soap.
And we're clear.
Hey, Kay, great work. Oh, don't forget, we gotta see that kid, Judy something. She's here doing promo for that new film, The Wizard of something. She's waiting outside.
With a whole lot of genius of her own and me as her coach, Judy something did okay for herself. Round about the time she was becoming the studio's shining new star, I was getting good and tired of being stuck behind this microphone. So I kissed this cramped radio station adieu. And with Judy riding shotgun, I am driving up Sunset Boulevard through the wide open gates of MGM. I'm on my way. The road is straight, the way is clear. The whole darn world is saying go and have your say. Wow, it's so swell. When gates just open, I drive through, men call to me.
Miss Thompson, how you do? Entree.
Get out of my way.
Okay, clear the sound stage. We're getting ready to do a take. Miss. Hey, you in the pants. Yeah, you. Get behind the yellow line. Yes, that one. Okay, rolling, speed.
The soundstage of an MGM musical is the most glorious place in the world.
Lights go. Wind machine, go. Roll playback. And action.
You are transported over the rainbow into magical worlds of the imagination that are realer than real life.
Add key light.
I knew that I was in the right place, a place big enough to let me become everything I wanted to be. So I got to work as MGM's top vocal coach and arranger. What Louis B. Mayer and his yes men knew about songwriting, you could sum up in one word, which I'm too much of a lady to say.
Kay is at the piano working on an arrangement of a song for a new studio musical.
I knew I was the only one who could make this place a little more hip. And with help from Judy and a few other of my protege, that is exactly what I did.
Morning, Kay.
What are you doing here so early?
You told me to be ready to start recording by 7, and here I am, ready and raring.
Andy, get over here for a minute. Take this line and sing this with me.
Chugga, 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 woo-hoo.
Up the side of that great big hill.
All aboard the train, woo.
Yeah.
Yep.
As they sing, Johnny Mercer walks in.
Oh, hi, Johnny.
What are you doing?
Just working on a new arrangement for the song you're writing for Judy.
The arrangement's fine.
It was fine. Now it's great. Listen to this. I told him I was a mile-high spender. He said that we should spend a week in Denver. I never argue with a man with a plan, so we booked our tickets for the Rio Grande. It's so delicious cuddling all through the night, through the Rocky Mountains, take a 10-hour bite. It's sunny traveling through that mile-high land. I get spring fever just to holding his hand, riding on the Denver and the Rio Grande. Chugga, 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 woo-hoo, up the side of that great big hill, all aboard the train. Woo, chugga, 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 woo-hoo, ain't no way to make my heart stay still. What a thrill, it's the kind of locomotive you can really make a note of. Come on, ride with me, it's a real trip to the top. Come on and find your man on the western Denver and the Rio Grande. Chugga, 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 woo-hoo, up the side of that great big hill, all aboard the train. Woo, chugga, 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 woo-hoo, ain't no way to make my heart stay still. What a thrill, it's the kind of locomotive you can really make a note of. Come on, ride with me,
Come on, ride with
it's a
me.
real trip to the top.
On the trip to the top.
Come on and find your man on the western Denver and the Rio Grande. Well,
Like I said, the arrangement was fine just as it was.
Judy likes this one better.
Oh, sorry, Judy. I didn't recognize you there.
This is Andy Williams. He's one of my studio singers.
And I thought Louis B. liked him young.
Thanks, Andy. Why don't you head down to the studio and I'll join you in a minute. Listen, Johnny, you're an ambitious guy who writes pretty good songs that I make better. You can thank me when you win your Oscar.
I look forward to the winning part. The thanks, not so much.
We're immediately transported to Kay standing outside of Louis B. Mayer's office.
I've been waiting to see him for 30 minutes. If he's still on a call to the East Coast, this studio is going to have to start selling a couple of those newly minted Oscars to pay the phone bill. No, I can't come back tomorrow. I will just wait.
Kay paces. A man comes out of Louis B.'s office.
Thanks for slipping me in. Louis B.'s in fine form today.
Long distance, huh?
She walks into his office.
Mr. Mayor.
Miss Thompson, what a pleasure it is always to have the honor to have a member of our music department here.
Mr. Mayor, Louis, I have been at MGM for 4 years now. My work on practically every one of this studio's musicals is still uncredited.
Darling, have a seat.
A Star is Born,
Look, Kay, your contribution to the success of our studio is unquestionable.
Presenting Lily Mars,
Trust me, not a week goes by when someone from the music department isn't up here talking about you.
Anchors Away, Girl Crazy, The Harvey Girls.
Miss Thompson, let us not forget, for all you give us, we pay you dearly in return. $1,500 a week, if I'm not mistaken. That's a lot of pocket change for a little lady.
I realized that MGM's Golden Gates were there for a reason, and I will not be caged in. So goodbye, MGM and all that money. I grab Andy, hail a taxi, head to Vegas, and set myself up with a little nightclub act. I'm not singing their tune. I'm not playing their game. That life before's just mere imitation. We're destined for a new destination. Can't stay. We're making our way. All right, let's take it from the top. And Andy, give it a bit of heart this time.
The birds are talking, they're very chirp chirp tonight. The birds are talking tonight.
Hold it. This is terrible. I mean, you're fine. It's these mics. The song can't fly with us stuck behind them. I've got an idea. Andy, get me a ladder. Now, take this mic and run it over the top of that pipe up there. Good. Now drop it down. Perfect. Now do it again with this mic here. And another one there. And this one there. And another one there. Now get down here. The birds are talking. They're very chirp chirp tonight. The birds are talking tonight about you and me. The breeze is whispering. It's very hush hush tonight. The breeze is whispering tonight about you and me. The stars are twinkling tonight. They got an inkling something's up. And the clouds have nothing to do but look at me kissing you. The moon is shining. It's very bright, bright tonight. The moon is shining tonight. High up above, I guess the birds told the breeze told the stars told the clouds told the moon about you and me. Being in love, being in love, being in love, being in love. That is just right as rain.
A choreographer walks in and a phone starts to ring.
Andy, this is Bob Alton. He's going to make you dance as great as you sing.
Okay, there's a call for you.
I brought MGM to Vegas. Lights, sets, choreography, the whole pizzazz. Who is it?
I don't know, some guy named Max?
Max? Maxie, where are you? Here. Oh, Maxie, you are a godsend. No, fine, just exhausted. Endless battles getting the mob to ante up the dough so my club act can really put Vegas on the map. Oh, Maxie, please tell me you can drop by. I am desperate for a little shot of your go, go, go to keep me going. Oh, I adore you. No, meet me in my hotel room in 30 minutes. Miracle Max, Dr. Feelgood, the medical genius to whom all of us are devoted. We all go to him for our little injections of vitamin B12. Me, Marilyn, Dietrich, Liz Taylor, Lauren Bacall, Tennessee Williams, even Winston Churchill. Apparently, there is more to his injections than just vitamins, but as our commander-in-chief has said, I don't care if it's horse piss, it works. And he's our president, so who am I to argue? And let me tell you, one little shot of Max's magic formula, and it's...
Here we are! Gather round! Go get a pillow! Get that pillow! Down! In all its glorious candlelight, in all its colorful fun. For those of you watching wherever you are, gee, you look good to watch. It's Jubilee time!
Sensational. That is how Walter Winchell described my Vegas club act. And we were. The most famous people in the world came to see us again and again. And I did something that no woman in show business had ever done. I signed $1 million contract. I was flying high, and not just because of Miracle Max's frequent visits. It was all go, 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 and in every possible way, onward and upward.
Andy appears.
Kay, the car's here.
In every possible way. Eventually, my little nightclub act brought me here, the Persian room, and the brilliance of yours truly. It's been a perfect marriage. Hasn't it, Mr. Salamone? Are you still out there? Or has all this early hour frivolity sent you fleeing back to the suburbs? Well, never mind. Yes, nightclubbing it across America was fun for a lot of years, but never being one to let moss grow under my feet, I very quickly started looking for the next new thing, which pretty quickly found me.
We're in the television studio of the Milton Berle Show.
I loved television. Who wouldn't? Live television, it was like walking a tightrope without a net in front of an audience of millions. It was not for the faint of heart, which I have never been. And oh my, to finally meet someone who got my sense of humor, someone who would give me carte blanche to go, go, go. Milton Berle was that someone. Uncle Milty, Mr. Television. Not only did he get my genius, well, let's face it, that is what we are talking about here. He loved talent, all talent above all else. When he wanted the four stepbrothers on the show, he was told no, because Texaco objected to booking black performers.
Okay, I see. Well, here's the deal. If they don't go on tonight, I don't go on tonight. And Texaco is no longer a sponsor of this show.
10 minutes before the show went live on national television.
Wonderful. Let's get this show on the road.
Oh, we're the men of Texaco. We work from Maine to Mexico. There's nothing like this Texaco of ours. Our show tonight is powerful. We'll wow you with an hour full of howls from a shower full of stars. We're the merry Texaco men. Tonight we may be showmen. Tomorrow we'll be servicing your cars.
Oh, good evening to all of you out there on television land, and for all of you in here in our studio audience. Look, folks, I love each guest on this show like a mother loves each of her children. But this week, I want to introduce you to someone who is mother's best loved child. Someone who I've been trying to get on this show for the past 5 years, and she's finally said yes. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, and before she decides to leave, please welcome Miss Kay Thompson. Lovely. Kay Thompson, you are one of the greatest stars this country has ever produced.
I love a man who speaks the truth.
You sing.
I do.
You dance.
I will.
You act.
Constantly.
You play the piano.
Not to mention the tuba.
You write.
Where do you think this sketch came from?
Kay, you do it all, and tonight, on this show, I want you to do just that. You see, I've been backstage talking to my staff, and, well, they aren't very happy about it, but I've fired them. Each and every one of them.
The disgruntled staff crosses the stage with their belongings.
Well, Kay, the show is yours, so show us how you do it.
Plunk, 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 plunk. Plunk, 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 plunk. Plunk, 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 plunk.
I love a violin.
I love a violin
Whenever I'm with you.
whenever I'm with you.
'Cause a violin
'Cause a violin
tells me what to do.
tells me what to do.
For instance, when we dance.
For instance, when we dance
In dreamy candle glow.
in dreamy candle glow,
The violin says yes.
the violin says yes.
So why should I say no?
So why should I say no?
And when the violin
And when the violin
begins to sob and sigh,
begins to sob and sigh,
I look at you and
I look at you and
I've
I
got to fall in
have got
love.
to fall in love.
So honey, hold me close.
So honey, hold me close.
My heart is in a spin.
My heart is in a spin.
I know that I'm in love.
I know that I'm in love.
But am I in love?
But am I in love
with you?
with you?
Oh, the violin.
Oh, the violin. I love a violin. I get hilarious 'cause my middle name is Stradivarius.
of the orchestra play. Into your arms I romantically glide. I understand what the violins say.
When they go pits, my heart goes pits.
So honey, hold me close. My heart is in a spin. I'm in love, but am I in love with you?
Or the violin.
Oh, the violin, oh, the violin, oh, the violin.
Hey, that was wonderful, really wonderful. You're out of breath, huh?
Yes.
Yes, would you say your breaths were coming in short pants? Yes, aren't they? Oh, so pardon me, sorry, you look lovely, lovely. Your breaths are coming in long pants. Look, it's very lovely. Where did you get those? Slacks Fifth Avenue? Get it? Slacks Fifth Avenue. It's a joke.
Really?
Don't you know a joke when you come face to face with it?
How do you do? You know, I've heard so many rumors about how insufferable you are, but isn't that ridiculous?
Sure, it's ridiculous.
Well, I think you're terribly sufferable.
Why don't you get ready for the next number? All right.
All right, dear. Now, don't you go anywhere now, or I'll have to take over the show entirely. Television finally gave me the chance to go coast to coast and not need a plane to get there. I loved it, and it loved me. Television made me, finally, after 30 years, famous in the way I always wanted to be.
Suddenly phones start to ring. Each phone is brought to Kay. She answers them.
Just as quickly, after those said same 30 years, the phone started ringing in the way I always wanted it to. I'm on top of the world. I feel I'm climbing on top. It seems to me, in my estimation, the world's finally meeting at my destination. It's true. No more back of the line. No more this is your cue. That future train's arrived at my station. I finally wrote my own invitation today. I'm getting my way.
New York Times for an interview?
Of course. Funny face? Well, let me see. Audrey was adorable. Fred Astaire? Deplorable. Edith Head? Better off dead. I had the most marvelous time. It seems to me, in my estimation, the world's finally meeting at my destination. It's true.
Broadway's on the phone.
Again? The show's called Mame, not Vera Charles. I don't play second string. Sail away? Sounds très gay. But 8 shows a week? No, there's just no way. No more back of the line. No more this is your cue. That future train's arrived at my station. I finally wrote my own invitation today.
Simon & Schuster on the line.
Another book of Eloise, sure for 90% of the royalties. I'm a-getting my way.
Judy's Kid requests a mo.
Liza Darling, first Broadway show? Well, of course, Godmother made it so. I'm soaring high above the worries down below. The skies are clear. There's not a place that I can't go. Gosh, life is sweet when every day is just like spring. What can go wrong?
Louis B.
Click when you're me, pal, not a thing. Maxie, okay. I'm a-getting my way, send 'em right in. I'm a-getting my way. I'm getting my way. After so many years of punching my way upstream, life was finally sweet and life was finally fine. Let's just say I was a busy girl. So busy, in fact, that I got a bit negligent about looking after all the things I had.
Andy crosses up stage. Kay notices him.
What's that line Bette Davis has in her movie all about Eve? Funny business, a woman's career, the things you drop on your way up the ladder so you can move faster. And funny how one day you are on top of the world, and the next you are down for the count, and you didn't even see it coming.
Television studio has given way to a television interview set. Jack Parr comes on.
This portion of the Jack Parr Show is brought to you by Bulova. Remember, when it's time for a gift, it's time for Bulova, a quality watch. And now, back to Jack.
My next guest is one of entertainment industry's most celebrated. If her name is not immediately recognizable, well, you may need to get out of the house more. Tonight, I am very pleased to have her on my show. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Miss Kay Thompson.
Bonjour, bonsoir, cheerio and good evening.
Kay Thompson, I've been trying for years to get you on this show.
Well, a woman who says yes immediately isn't really playing her cards right, is she?
Well, I can see that might be true. In fact, just having you on my show makes me a bit nervous that you might be after my job.
Not on your life. Why sit around talking when there are so many more interesting things to do and so many places to go?
It seems that the latest feather in your cap has taken you away from entertainment and into politics.
Well, Jack, you could put that another way and just say that I brought the two together with remarkable results.
We are speaking, of course, of the gala you produced and directed earlier this year in Washington, D.C. You were the mighty force that shook the foundation of the usually staid proceedings of a presidential inauguration by bringing in stars from Broadway and Hollywood, the likes of Jimmy Durante, Gene Kelly, Ethel Merman, Janet Leigh, to name a few.
Sammy Davis Jr., Ella Fitzgerald, Sidney Poitier, Harry Belafonte, Pat Suzuki, Nat King Cole, to name another few. It was truly a great evening, and John Fitzgerald Kennedy is the only person I know with the intelligence, the verve, and the chutzpah to get this country back on track.
And you certainly are the one to give his presidential career such a notable launch.
Thank you.
The same way that you've been responsible for honing the talents of so many of Hollywood's best, with Frank Sinatra and Judy Garland.
Lena Horne.
And then, of course, there's Andy Williams, who has gone on record that you and you alone made him the chart topper he is today.
Well, what can I say other than to agree with you completely?
But you must feel a degree of disappointment when the student eclipses a teacher and leaves them behind.
Every artist I have helped develop and promote has shown only gratitude for the relationship we have shared.
Then I suppose you don't mind so much when one of them decides to marry.
Oh, God, don't tell me. Is Judy getting married again?
Well, perhaps. But more immediately, I've heard from more than one very reliable source that your protege, Andy Williams, will be marrying on Friday.
Well, it seems that your bloodhounds have caught the scent. I can only say that my gift to the bride and groom has already been delivered, along with my love and best wishes.
So you will be attending the nuptials?
Of course. I wouldn't miss it.
Let's pause here for a word from our next sponsor, Hertz Rent-A-Car. Hertz, we put you in the driver's seat.
Kay walks downstage to a ringside table in the nightclub.
All right. So we have reached that point in the evening where we cannot avoid it any longer. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, Andy Williams. Let me set the record straight. Yes, he is 18 years younger. Well, why not? We did try to keep it quiet, but ultimately, who gives a damn? For 14 years, we had an awful lot of fun, and I have set him up with a terrific little solo career. But now that he is marrying that child, Claudine Langer, I think it's time to move on once and for all. Besides, I think she's bad news. Mark my words. Well, she's 14 years younger than Andy. Isn't that interesting? Life was sweet and life was fine. I had a man and he was mine. And every night I'd wait for him to come to me. Now my man's gone and nothing's right. No man to wait for every night. Nobody to love, nobody to belong to me. My heart keeps saying, don't pay him no mind. He's a rolling stone. But without him, I'm so alone. I got the blues so bad, worse than I've ever had. I feel so bad I wanna die, 'cause I don't see no need for carrying on or walking around. A flower can't grow without any ground. Only the weary weeps. Only the sleepy sleeps. I can't go on. Everything I had is gone, and I got the blues for keeps. I can't go on. Everything inside of me's all gone. 'Cause I got the blues for keeps. I should be more like Judy. She knows her way around marriage. I miss her. Judy's my very best friend. For over 20 years, we've been there for each other through thick and thin, through MGM, divorces, mostly hers, Hollywood, mostly hers. We are a team, and together we always get our own way. Perhaps, looking at it from this perspective, it's that we get in our own way. I'm on the ground. What was up is down below. Can't find my way. There's no place that I can go. Gosh, life was sweet. Every day was just like spring. What can go wrong? When you're me, pal, everything. Oh, get over yourself. So he's left you and your career's over, and let's face it, you're broke. Who invited you? It is way past your bedtime, so get lost. I'm not finished yet. Let's see. Oh, yes. And as of tonight, you have no place to live. Exhaust pipe. And to top it all off, you're old, Kay. Really old. You are a recluse posing as a pageant. Knock it off. Did you really think he was going to stay with you? Why would he do that? He has fame, looks, and who are we kidding? What's her name was not the first. All those women who loved him, this was inevitable. Enough! Well, Maxie, are you out there? I could sure do with a shot of your magic just about now.
Kate trips and drops her glass.
Well, seems that I have forgotten my manners. Don't worry, Mr. S., you can just add this to my tab. Where was I? Eloise. One final piece of business before I'm done. I don't know if any of you noticed anything missing when you stepped through the revolving doors and into the lobby earlier this evening. No? Well, let me be the bearer of disastrous news. Eloise has been kidnapped. The portrait of her, so beautifully painted by Hilary Knight, has been stolen. Who would do such a thing? Personally, I think drunken debutantes did it after they came out. Or perhaps one of you has her hidden away. She lurking under your chair? She tucked under your coat? Or perhaps it was I who stole her. I mean, would you blame me? To Miss Kay Thompson, Suite 937, the Plaza Hotel. The Plaza Hotel is terribly shocked to discover the painting is gone. The wall is quite bare. She's truly not there. She's been stolen right from our salon. She's vanished, she's gone. We're upset off and on. Miss Thompson, report anon. I stole her? What do they think? I plucked her off the wall and stuck her in a hotel dry cleaning bag and walked out? Well, that's rich. Just because they have kicked me out doesn't mean I want to expunge Eloise. Did I let that slip? It must be the scotch. Well, the little harlot was right about one thing. I don't have a place to live. Not as of tonight. Isn't that right, Mr. Spumoni? This was slipped under my door last night at 3 a.m., coward. To Miss Kay Thompson, Suite 937, the Plaza Hotel. The Plaza regrets to inform you must vacate your suite, tout de suite. This is highly outside the norm. We're attempting to be discreet. You've 24 hours to weep and to scoff, but please, after that, fuck off. Let me assure you that that has nothing whatsoever to do with that. And even though I have been ousted, there's a part of me that will never leave.
Ring, ring. Ring, ring.
Mr. Salami. Yes, of course I am still here. I have just answered the phone. No, I'm not finished yet. Well, the taxi can wait. I have been offered heaps of Broadway shows and scads of movies. There have been oodles of offers to write more Eloise books, God help us, create new radio shows and television programs, or I could go to the desert, to Vegas with Noel and all the rest of them, but I hate the desert. Once you have done it, it is time to move on. Always leave them wanting more. Let's face it, Cafe Society, this room, all of you, it's over. I'm back on top of the world. I can do it alone. Standing here at this elevation, I clearly see my new destination. It's true. Life is one endless opportunity to change the key and rework the rhythm. And tonight, now, ladies and gentlemen, friends and foes, tonight I am a go, go, go. If you got that certain something, that's pizzazz, that extra kind of special something, that's pizzazz. If you got enough of that wonderful stuff, let it sparkle and fizzle fast. Let it shimmer and glow and everybody will know that. Honey, you got pizzazz. If you got that smile that kills 'em, that's pizzazz. That extra special thing that thrills 'em, pizzazz, honey, don't need beauty, you don't need brains, and all the rest of that jazz. Hang on to what you got, 'cause what you got is pizzazz. You know I got that smile that kills 'em. That's pizzazz. That extra special thing that thrills 'em. Pizzazz, honey, no I have. I don't need money, I don't need friends, and all the rest of that jazz. Hang on to what you got. That's what you got. Hang on to what you got, 'cause what you got is pizzazz. So long, pals. Keep moving.
Go home. Kay doesn't do encores.
Blackout.
Good night.